Hi, I'm Mysti.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Eunice.
And I'm Morgan.
Our content area is science. Our topic is layers of the earth. Our grade level is third grade. Our TICS is knowledge, skill, earth, and science. And our content objective is label the different layers of earth by building their own earth with Play-Doh. And our language objective is use the key vocabulary terms when discussing the different layers of earth.
Okay, kids, today we're going to be learning about Earth's layers.
Yay!
So to introduce, we're going to be talking about the 4 different layers of the Earth. Inner core, outer core, mantle, and crust.
Okay, the first layer that we're going over is the solid inner core. What can we tell about this layer from the name?
It's the inner core, and it's solid.
What's another word for solid? What does that mean?
I don't know.
No one knows? Okay, solids are hard, so it's hard in texture. It's very compact. So this layer is made up of a solid ball of iron and nickel. It makes up 19% of Earth's volume, and it's the hottest part of the Earth. It's 5,000 to 6,000 degrees Celsius, which is about as hot as the sun. And it's a very high pressures allow it to keep its solid shape. The second layer we're going over is the liquid outer core. What can we tell from the name of this layer?
It's liquid?
So what is the texture of a liquid? What does that feel? What does that look like?
Fluids?
Good job. Okay, so this layer is made of liquid magma. Does anyone know what magma is?
No.
Has anyone heard of hot lava? Like in a
Yes.
volcano? Okay, well that's what this layer is made of. And it surrounds the inner core, so it goes along the outside of the layer that we just discussed. And this layer is 4,000 to 6,000 degrees Celsius, which is also as hot as the sun. This is the second largest layer out of the 4 layers, and it creates Earth's magnetic field.
Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the mantle. The mantle is right here in this red area where the Earth is, and if you were to think about it as an egg, it's going to be the white part around the yolk. That would be equivalent to what the mantle would be on the Earth's layers. It's in between the crust and the core, and it's the thickest part of the Earth. It makes up 71% of Earth's volume, and the lava from volcanoes comes from the mantle, so it's pretty hot. The top part is solid, thick, and rocky, whereas the middle part is the really hot liquid, and then the bottom part is solid again. So it's kind of like a sandwich where the middle part's going to be liquid and hot, and the outer parts are going to be solids. And now we're going to be talking about the crust. The crust is going to be basically what we stand on the outside. You can think of it like a pizza crust. Without the crust, you don't have a pizza. So it's going to be the first outermost layer. There's 2 parts. There's the continental layer, which is obviously what we're standing on, and then there's going to be the oceanic crust, which is what covers the ocean floor. So I'm sure you guys have all seen the ocean before, maybe not. Who's been to the beach before?
Me.
Okay, so what's laying underneath all that water is going to be the oceanic crust, and that makes up about 1% of Earth's volume, and it's also the most common place for earthquakes to occur. Okay guys, now based on what we've just learned, we're going to be reading this book called Planet Earth Inside Out by Gail Gibbons.
planet Earth looks different on the inside. It has 4 layers. The distance to its center from the planet's surface is about 4,000 miles. At its center is the inner core. Scientists believe the inner core is a hot ball of solid iron and nickel, about 1,500 miles across, with temperatures reaching 11,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 50 times as hot as boiling water. It is thought that the inner core is solid because of the huge weight of the rest of the Earth pressing all around it.
Outside the inner core is the outer core. The outer core is about 1,300 miles thick. That's about how far it is from New York City to Miami, Florida. Scientists believe that the outer core is made up of a very hot liquid, iron and nickel, and at its deepest level it can get to between about 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The outer core moves around the inner core very slowly, making electricity that creates the Earth's magnetic field. Imagine the magnetic field as a huge bar-shaped magnet inside Earth. Its poles lie near the Earth's geographic poles. The magnetic field is what causes a compass needle to point north.
Around the outer core is the mantle. It is about 1,800 miles thick and can be as hot as 7,500 degrees Fahrenheit. Most of the mantle surrounding the outer core is solid, but some of the outer mantle is made up of partially molten or melted rock that moves slowly like molasses.
Outside the mantle is the Earth's crust. It is very thin compared to the other layers. Earth's crust is made up of rock and soil. If Earth were the size of a peach, its crust would be about as thin as a peach's skin.
So now that we've gone over the layers of Earth and read our book, how many layers are there in our Earth?
4!
Good job! So now we're going to be doing an activity with alternative materials. Step 1, we're going to make the inner core. Step 2, we'll be making the outer core. Step 3, we'll be making the mantle. Step 4, we will make the crust. And then step 5, we will make the land and the ocean to go over it. And we're going to be making this with Play-Doh.
Yay!
I love Play-Doh!
You do? Well, this is going to be fun. So first, we're going to make the inner core. So we're going to be using yellow for this. So I need you to roll it in a ball like this. See, it is now a ball. This is going to represent the inner core. Next, we need to make the outer core. We're going to be using orange for this, and we're going to need to make it flat like a pancake. So if you do this and smash it between your hands, you will make it flat like a pancake. So now we need to put the inner core inside. We are now going to wrap the outer core around the inner core. So as you can see, you can no longer see the inner core because the outer core is covering it.
Cool.
Is everyone doing well?
Yes.
All right. So next, what layer must we make after we made the inner core and the outer core?
The mantle.
Good job, guys. So for the mantle, we are going to be using purple. So now we're going to need to make it flat like a pancake as well. So keep going. Is everyone following?
Yes.
All right. So now that we have our mantle flat like a pancake, we are now going to wrap the inner core and the outer core inside the mantle. So now we can't see the inner core or the outer core, it's just the mantle. So what layer will we be making next, kids?
The crust.
The crust, like a pizza crust. It's going to be the very outside. And we're going to be using this type of pinkish color to make the crust. And what are we making it flat like a?
Pancake.
Good job. So, we will now be putting the inner core, the outer core, and the mantle inside the crust, like this. So now we have all our cores, both inner core and outer core, the mantle and the crust. So now we need to make the land and the ocean. And what color should we use for the ocean?
Blue!
Good job. And what color should we use for the land?
Green like grass.
Good job, Misty. So now we're going to make the ocean flat like a pancake. And we're going to be putting all the Earth's layers inside. So everyone wrap up their layers with their ocean like this. And now we're going to be adding little pieces of land, which are known as continents. Does anyone know what continent we live on?
No.
No, well, we live on North America. Does anyone know how many continents there are?
No?
There's 7. All right, so now we have our Play-Doh Earth. As you can tell, we have the ocean and the land. Now we're going to need to cut our Earth in half to see our 4 layers. Does everyone have their plastic knife?
Yeah.
All right, so now we will begin to slowly cut our Earth. Very slowly. And look, we now have our inner core, our outer core, our mantle, and our crust, and we also have our ocean and land.
This is so cool.
So, now looking at your Play-Doh of Earth, what layer is the very most inner?
The inner core.
Good job. And what layer follows the inner core?
The outer core.
Good. And what comes next?
The mantle.
Good job, Morgan. And next, what is the very most outer layer of our Earth?
The crust.
Good job, everyone. So how many layers are there in total?
4.
Good job. Now we can sit and play with our Play-Doh Earths, and we will be taking a short little assignment so we can make sure that you all now know the layers of Earth. I'll be giving you a worksheet. It'll be a blank picture of Earth, and we will be labeling the layers. Good job, kids.